After arriving in their home city for a grand felicitation ceremony amidst much fanfare yesterday, Team Kolkata are now being felicitated in a grand ceremony at the Eden Gardens for their second IPL title. The Cricket Association of Bengal and state government have planned quite a ceremony for the team. As you can see, it's a full house at Eden Gardens. Thousands of fans have turned up to see their title-winning team. Headlines today has a list of what exactly is going to happen at the felicitation ceremony. Alfonso mangoes and mementos as well as sweets will be gifted to the team. Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee and Shah Rukh Khan, co-owner of the team, will be present. A horde of Tollywood stars will also be performing for the masses. 44,000 unused tickets of the 14th May IPL match will be used as passes for the entry. The club entrances to be used to avoid pandemonium, as we had seen the last time around when the victory lap happened at the same venue. Now the crowd is to be controlled by the Kolkata police. Moreover, there are traffic restrictions at this point in Kolkata. Routes have been, people are being diverted from their regular routes, and these have been planned by the cops in advance. Earlier, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee had already congratulated team co-owner Shah Rukh Khan. She also spoke to Punjab star batsman Riddhiman Saha for his brilliant knock in the first innings. He represents Bengal in the Ranji Trophy and will not be left out of the ceremony today. Now, this is what Bengal Sports Minister Madan Mitra told Headlines today.
It will be a mammoth celebration, mammoth felicitation. It will be an unprecedented one. And lakhs of people will come. Mamata Banerjee, she is coming back from North Bengal just to felicitate the Night Riders. Earlier, Kolkata was known as a city of joy. But after the victory of Night Riders, Kolkata is being known as a city of sports. But Riddhiman Shah, whatever it is, he may belong to a Punjab team, but basically he is from Kolkata. He is from Bengal. He is in our heart. And we have enjoyed his century also.
All right, so massive celebration preparations are on in Kolkata. There'll be lots of stars performing at the Eden Garden for the masses today. Our correspondent Shivani Gupta is now joining us with more details. Shivani, take us through the mood in Kolkata at the moment.
Well, there are two contrasting moods in Kolkata, especially in and outside the Eden Gardens. While there are lots of Kolkata stars, singing and entertaining the crowds inside, those who managed to get into the Eden Gardens, several thousands who came to the Eden Gardens to catch a glimpse of their favorite cricketers are actually being lathi charged and pushed away. So these are, as you can see in your visuals on the screen, these are very contrasting images coming from Kolkata, which is not really surprising because, given the numbers involved here, given the number of fans who actually turn up for such ceremonies, the police always say they make arrangements, but they always fall short. And fans almost end up being beaten in such situations. Very, very contrasting visuals coming from Kolkata. Celebrations inside, but fans getting beaten up outside. Even a lathi charge ensued outside. Not really the ideal kind of celebrations that one should see, and one often always asks this question after such celebrations: if we really do need them when we cannot plan them properly, is it really worth it when fans are getting beaten up and several young men and women are going to get injured? And does it make sense to have celebrations for a few thousand when several others are getting beaten up outside the stadium?
Well, that's a very valid point you're making there, Shivani, and it's also reminiscent of the chaos that ensued last time around when there was a victory lap for Kolkata Knight Riders after they had won the IPL. Now, what did the authorities promise this time around, Shivani, about better arrangements? Because even last time around the fans were beaten up.
Maha, can you come again, please?
What were the promises that the authorities made about the smooth functioning of the celebrations this time around, and which they haven't lived up to really?
Before I tell you that, let me just remind our viewers that, a similar sort of ceremony, perhaps even larger ceremony, was held 2 years ago when Kolkata won the IPL title for the first time. Now, the authorities claim that they've learned a few lessons from that, and they're going to ensure that there is smoother passage for the fans to enter the stadium. Those who had bought tickets for a match that was eventually not held at the Eden Gardens were given free passage to come and watch this ceremony. So that was one, and the police claim that they have even opened certain extra passages to ensure that there is no chaos or crowds collecting only at a few spots to enter the stadium. The Kolkata police is really the authority which is managing the crowds. Lots of roads and sections of the roads were closed, or there were sections that were opened specifically for this to control the passage or to control the traffic in the city before this ceremony. But as you can see from the visuals, I don't think the police can really anticipate how many numbers of people are going to come. It is in the nature of such celebrations that a lot of people turn up to watch their stars. Thankfully, there was no road show this time around. The police and the authorities decided against a road show to avoid the kind of chaos that the road show can ensue. But overall too, even as far as the stadium is concerned, you can see that the preparations were not enough because several more thousands turned up than those who had the tickets for the stadium.
All right, Shivani, do stay on with us. Boria Majumdar is also joining us on the phone line. Boria, yet again there's chaos outside Eden Gardens. Does it appear to be only the fault of the authorities, or is it also the fans who refuse to remain disciplined, really?
No, it was inevitable. I mean, I was actually close to the Eden Gardens around 12:15, and I can tell you at that point in time there were scores of fans trying to make their way into the Eden Gardens. There was a public appeal that the fans should come and support their stars in big numbers, and the fans did. In fact, I tried to take my car close to the Eden Gardens. The roads were blockaded, and police lathi charged. So, several questions need to be asked. Obviously, the celebs who are inside are enjoying, and the sports crazy city has come out and supported its winners in big numbers. But even if a couple of fans get injured, and several people have gotten injured, I have seen visuals of a couple of people with blood on their faces. That's not what you want to see on a day like this. Where the sports minister has come out and said that it was inevitable. The police had nothing else to do. There was too much of chaos going on. Now, did not the police authorities know that they would have to brave themselves for chaos, especially in a city like Kolkata, which is sports crazy, especially when you've given a public clarion call that people can come out and support their stars in big numbers? This was inevitable. In fact, 2 years back, if you remember, exactly at the same time when Kolkata had won, 2:30 there was a lathi charge. I was present at the Eden Gardens at that point in time, and I had seen the scenes. Absolutely identical scenes today, Maha and Shivani. Absolutely identical scenes. So what are the lessons learned? I was in fact listening to Shivani, and she was spot on when she said that the road show was not there. Had the road show been there, there would have been much more chaos. In fact, I'm told that Shah Rukh Khan is not yet there. His flight was delayed. He will come, and the ceremony will continue till about 4:30, 5 o'clock. The Chief Minister is supposed to come. Are there enough number of security personnel there? How many more people will come there? Because the entire road leading to the Eden Gardens, there are 3 ways in Calcutta that you can get to the Eden Gardens. Every road is chock-a-block full of people. How will the authorities tackle these crowds?
Right.
Clubhouse tickets, which is supposed to be free, have actually been black marketed for close to 2,000 rupees. This is quite a chaos going on.
And also the common man, many of the people who might not be wanting to make their way to Eden Gardens today, they must be suffering because of this kind of chaos on the roads, as you're mentioning there.
Absolutely. It's very simple. I'm telling you, I was in that area I was driving through that area at 12:15, and then again I was driving through that area at 2:15. Both times the roads are blockaded. There are huge number of people there. There is a lot of security personnel. But when you have 70,000 fans to deal with, or 100,000 fans with 30,000 outside, no security personnel will be enough. So the question is this real passion? I mean, I love the passion that this city shows for its stars. I love the fact that, the political establishment is backing the Kolkata Knight Riders team. But real tangible questions need to be asked. That if people get injured, if a single fan gets injured as a result of this celebration or felicitation, is it all worth it? Why weren't there adequate security presence? Why weren't there adequate planning? 2 years back, you had exactly similar scenes.
Absolutely.
And then the political establishment said, oh, that was faulty. Why is it that it's the same government, the same security personnel, the same story that is being repeated yet again at the Eden Gardens today? And I can tell you that this is not going to stop over the next 1.5 hours, because Shah Rukh Khan will make his way to the stadium, and will the police be able to control the crowd? We don't know. So brace yourself for continuing chaos.
Boria, is this a fallout of the heady mix that we see at the celebrations of not just cricket stars but also a mix of Tollywood celebrities and somebody as big as Shah Rukh Khan coming to town?
Of course. I mean, ultimately this is entertainment at its very best, and you've got to understand it was made free. If you see the local papers over the last couple of days, each of the Bengali papers have been tom-tomming this, that if you are a KKR fan, you can come. So people from all over the city, all over the state, who don't have tickets or did not have tickets for IPL matches, have now made their way to the Eden Gardens to catch a glimpse of their stars. And this is the most heady mix of sport and entertainment. You had Tollywood celebs singing there, big stars like Usha Uthup singing, then you will have Shah Rukh Khan and company coming there. So it's the biggest sporting spectacle. And you know, I don't need to tell you that this country consumes spectacles, and Kolkata is a city that will love to consume spectacle, especially when it's about KKR, a team that it loves, a team that it supports. My only question is, do it. Definitely embrace your team, support it, back it to the fullest of your ability. But in doing so, please make sure that adequate arrangements are put in place. Because even if 10 sports fans are injured, that is a serious slur on these celebrations. Because the celebs won't get injured. It's not about the celebrities who are dancing inside the podium or inside the dais at the Eden Gardens. It is about the common man. That's why you are staging these celebrations in the first place. And if the common man gets injured, gets lathi charged, gets beaten up by the police, which is unable to control the crowd, the humongous crowd, then what is the point? So that's a serious lapse on the part of the establishment. And the sports minister comes out and says it was inevitable. Now, if the comment like that comes from the sports minister, you've got to take this much more seriously and pull the people who are responsible up.
Boria, in the recent past, we've seen authorities make arrangements of huge plasma screens outside the venue, also in some strategic locations in cities where such big celebrations are happening, so that those who can't make their way to the venue can watch it live. Were such arrangements made by the authorities there?
No, absolutely not. I mean, Eden Gardens, if you understand the Eden Gardens or the topography of the Eden Gardens, bang opposite is this huge stretch of expanse that we call the Maidan. Obviously, there were no giant screens installed in the Maidan. It was too short a time. You can't do it. So the clarion call that was given by the sports fraternity and the political fraternity was that anybody who's a KKR fan can come to the Eden Gardens. I understand the euphoria behind, I understand the logic behind asking these people to come together and support their team. But at the same time, you've got to understand, are you stretching a bit too far? Are you pushing passion where it actually sort of becomes dangerous? I think the shots that you're seeing, that's the expanse I'm talking about. You know, that's the Maidan. And there you see that barricade got broken, because that barricade broke down and the police was completely at a loss to understand how could they control that mob that was there at the Eden Gardens. And mobs are unruly. Having been there myself, I can tell you it was quite dangerous. Even journalists were afraid of going beyond a certain point because their cameras could be snatched away. You know, this was a real mob, and a real mob of humongous proportions. So there was no way, unless a proper security briefing was done and a proper drill was done, that mob could be controlled. Inside the Eden Gardens it was chock-a-block, but outside it was complete chaos.
All right, lack of preparation certainly there, leading to scenes that one saw unfold 2 years ago as well. Fans being lathi charged, some of them getting injured. Certainly no lessons learned there. Boria Majumdar-May, thanks for joining us. All right, contrasting scenes are unfolding in Kolkata at the moment at Eden Gardens, while inside the stadium is chock-a-block with fans celebrating the victory of Kolkata and IPL. Outside, the fans who have not yet been able to make their way inside into the stadium are being lathi charged. Now, scenes like this were seen 2 years ago as well, when Kolkata won the IPL last time around, and there was lathi charge after the celebrations were over. No lessons seem to have been learnt by the authorities. This time again, there was a clarion call given to people to come and celebrate the victory of Kolkata Knight Riders, but certainly no preparations for that massive flow of people and fans in a cricket crazy city. And even as the team and the government are busy celebrating inside the Eden Gardens at the moment, many fans are getting injured outside in the mayhem that has ensued. On the right-hand side of your television screens, you can see the scenes from outside Eden Gardens where many fans are trying to make their way inside. Mild lathi charge had to be resorted to by the police there, injuring some of the fans. Now 44,000 people are there to attend the ceremony, but as it often happens, several thousands more turn up to watch their biggest stars. Now that has led to chaos and even lathi charge on the fans. Several fans have got injured while trying to get inside the stadium. As you can clearly see in those live visuals that we are getting for you from Eden Gardens, outside Eden Gardens rather, from Kolkata at the moment, several people are trying to make their way inside, and the police is trying to control the crowd. However, they are unable to do so, with fans going almost hysterical trying to get inside, and they are waiting for the big star, of course, Shah Rukh Khan. So things really need to be brought under control as soon as possible for any major incident to be avoided. Shivani Gupta is now joining us to help us get a sense of what exactly is happening there. Shivani, 2 years ago, as you were pointing out earlier, similar scenes were seen, but no lessons seem to have been learnt by the authorities.
Yes, the question, Maha, that needs to be asked is if they care. If the sports minister in Bengal says that this was inevitable, I think it shows that he knows that this was going to happen. So the next question is that do you still go ahead with felicitations and celebrations of these kinds that you know are going to lead to several thousands of fans being, discomforted and injured and beaten? So that's the most pertinent question. Do you go ahead with these celebrations, which are going to be good for some and extremely bad for others, or do you set a precedent and say that, okay, we cannot handle the number of people that are going to come out, we cannot handle the expectations or the passions of the fans that are going to come out, and we're going to perhaps do a more low-key celebration. So see, that's the key question that the government is not, really bothered about, because they know from 2 years ago that when they have celebrations like these, a lot of fans get extremely disadvantaged and discomforted. Fans are being beaten up. There's lathi charge happening. They're being pushed away. So for them, really, there are no celebrations at all. But these celebrations continue to happen, especially in Kolkata. The government really, is very enthusiastic about such celebrations. But the problem is that there is not enough bandwidth to control a celebration of this kind, or even enough planning. All of this is being done within 2 days. Now, is that enough time to plan a celebration like this? I don't know.
Shivani, do stay on with us. Boria Majumdar is also joining us from Kolkata. Boria, as ugly scenes unfold outside Eden Gardens, take us through what's planned inside Eden Gardens for the evening.
The plan is, initially the plan was that the Tollywood celebs would perform for about an hour, and then the Bollywood big stars will take over along with the political establishment of the state. Now, what I'm told is that Shah Rukh Khan's flight has gotten delayed, which is why he will be making it late, any time close to 4 o'clock. The Chief Minister will also perhaps be there, because she's cut short a visit to North Bengal to be part of this celebration. So she is also expected to be there. But much more importantly, the crowd will continue to swell, because if the crowd knows that Shah Rukh Khan and a number of other Bollywood celebrities will come, the team bus has only arrived about some time back. This is the problem. These scenes are the real problem. Shivani was absolutely right when she said that there was not adequate planning that went into it. The last 2 days, you had only about 48 hours, and you asked me when we were live the last time round that were there giant screens in the expanse opposite the Eden Gardens. No, there weren't. In fact, it's a huge stretch of land. If you wanted a crowd of more than 100,000 that you needed to control, you could have installed giant screens, 5 or 6 of them, so that these people could behave in an orderly manner. You did not do that. The whole idea, if you can see on your screen, somebody sitting with blood, it's mayhem outside Eden Gardens. You don't expect a solitary fan to get injured. And that is what, for me, is the standout thing of these celebrations as far as they are concerned, is that there was not adequate planning. While you have passion, while you have a lot of enthusiasm that you support Kolkata Knight Riders and support them with a lot of verve, unfortunately for the political establishment of the city, the verve was not backed up by adequate planning. The police were incapable. See the pictures. The pictures that you are seeing, you have, mounted police charging, lathi charging the fans. I am also told by people who were there that, clubhouse tickets have been black marketed for close to 2,000, where it should be free. I was myself driving from through that area around 12:30. I can tell you already by 12:30, there are around 30-40,000 fans outside of the Eden Gardens. How do you expect a couple of hundred policemen to control this kind of a mob without adequate planning? I think that the real point of this story today is not the celebrations, but how the celebrations have turned sour.
Bori, it's the same government in the state today as it was 2 years ago when similar scenes were seen outside Eden Gardens after Shah Rukh Khan was leaving after the celebrations. Now, did any thinking at that time go into what went wrong and how to improve upon things? Because even if they had only 2 days preparation time, certainly they should have learned some lessons from last time around and prepared accordingly.
Absolutely. Even the last time round, which was 2012, I was personally present there at the Eden Gardens. The real chaos and real violence started around 2:30. Exactly the same time as happened this time round. And the problem this time is, the real show has not yet begun. Shah Rukh Khan is not yet there at the Eden Gardens. Imagine when he comes in, this city is one for spectacles. They consume spectacles, they love spectacles, and they will come in big numbers, because the last couple of days in the regional press, the political establishment has given a clarion call. Come out and support your team in droves, in big numbers. And when the star of Bollywood comes there along with the chief minister and other big Bollywood celebrities, there will be further chaos. Can the police control that mob? Will they be forced to lathi charge? It is really sad to hear the sports minister say that it was inevitable. Sorry, it cannot be inevitable. Ultimately, this sport is about its fans. It's about these people who have come out braving the heat, braving the humidity at 2 o'clock in the afternoon to cheer their heroes. Even if one person gets injured, that is a problem. And there you see people with blood on their face. That is not what you want to see. Celebrities will not get injured. They are dancing away to glory inside the Eden Gardens. People who are inside the Eden Gardens have no problems. But outside, it's a serious, serious scene. And in 2012, the exact same thing happened. The barricade broke down. Outside of the clubhouse was turned into a battlefield. Police were not able to control the mob. Exact similar scenes have been repeated this time round.